to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Caitlin and welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. Today I'm going to be going through my entire vintage collection, and this is something that I've been wanting to do on my channel for a while. I've kind of shown you bits and pieces, but I haven't shown you the full thing, so that's what I wanted to do today. Now, it's not a huge collection by any means. I just started collecting vintage only about a year ago, honestly. Probably last summer was when I really started to get into it, but I have collected a couple of things and I just want to share what my collection is as a beginner collector. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. But before we go any further, this video is in partnership with Susie, and they were kind enough to send me this gorgeous bag. Now, this can be worn as a top handle bag, just like this, or you can even turn it into a backpack. It comes with straps, which are inside the bag right now. I just adore this little bag that they sent me. I think this is one of the most unique bags that I have ever laid eyes on. It is really giving me vintage vibes, which is why it was just perfect for this video. I knew I had to include it. It just reminds me of those old vintage photographs of the women standing on the train platforms holding their bag. That's what comes to mind when I look at this bag, and I just think it is stunning. The detail is insane. I love the color. I love the effect that they have on the vegan leather. It's so beautiful. The gold hardware and the way that it opens is just absolutely to die for. It's got a couple of pockets inside and it's just absolutely stunning. Like I said, it's one of the most unique bags that I have ever laid my eyes on. They were also kind enough to give me a discount code to share with all of you guys. You can use my code Caitlin20 for 20% off of your purchase. So whether you're interested in buying this bag or if you see any other bags that spark your attention while you're on their website, make sure to use that code. I will leave them linked in the description box down below so that you guys can shop. And without further ado, let's get into the collection. So the first part of my collection you can actually already see in the frame, and it is this gorgeous vanity. This has been in a couple of my videos in the background, but I don't think I've shown you guys it in its full glory. So I will insert a little clip here. It is just perfect. I actually found this gem on Facebook Marketplace for $300, and it's huge. It's solid wood. The detailing on it is just beautiful. This countertop here is actually real marble. So I fell in love with it and I needed to have it. It was almost a 3-hour drive from my house to go get it, but it was worth it. And I would probably say that this is not my favorite necessarily. I mean, it's up there for sure, but it's definitely the most useful thing that I've bought that is in my collection. Oh, and just a disclaimer, this collection video is not going to have any clothes or anything like that. It's just going to be my vintage sort of decor and stuff like that. If you want to see a separate video where I do my vintage clothing collection, let me know and I'll do that. So the next part of my vintage collection is this beautiful little, I don't know what you would call this. I know there's a name for them, but it's slipping my mind. It's kind of like the Faberge eggs. That's kind of what it reminds me of. But I don't think that this is considered one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it is just so beautiful. So my boyfriend actually got me this for my birthday last year, and it's from an online vintage store called She's Parisian, which I've talked about lots on my channel before, and I just love all of her stuff. It is so beautifully curated. It's gorgeous. But the details of this are so pretty. I love the gold, the gilded gold on the bottom of this, and the beautiful little butterflies and leaves leading up to the top. The egg is just beautiful. I don't know if this was hand painted or what, but it is just absolutely stunning. It's got a little diamond at the top. The back of it has all of these details, the little cutouts, and inside there's a really fashionable woman. I love it. It's pink and sparkly on the inside. It truly does look hand painted, and it's just magnificent in my collection. I love it. And that just sits on my desk. So the next thing in my vintage collection is this gorgeous Disney snow globe. So I'm gonna put it down because it's a bit heavy, but I'll put it back here so you can see it. So if you have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I'm a huge Disney fan. I love the Disney princesses and anything to do with them. And this was a really random find, I gotta tell you. So I was shopping at it's like a fabric store warehouse. I was looking for fabric. and they kind of just have like a bunch of really random things at the front that they get probably from like yard sales or like stuff like that, but it's just sitting there at the front, and I love going there for fabric because it's really affordable, right? And it's not a lot of people know about it, so it's a really good place to go. Anyways, I was there looking for fabric when I stumbled across this. Now, as soon as I saw this, I was like, that has to be vintage. There's no way that that's not vintage, because I was just looking at the detailing of it and it's beautiful. So I'll show you in full what this looks like. So as you can see, this is Cinderella and her palace. It is just absolutely gorgeous. Her prince is at the top of the stairs there, and it's just so pretty. And then when you turn it, you have Princess Aurora, and once again you have her castle from the movie. You've got Prince Philip there, you've got the animals. It's gorgeous. And then there's one more princess, and it's Snow White. So obviously all of these princesses were Snow White came out in 1939, and then the other two came out in the 50s, I believe. I don't know for sure if Sleeping Beauty came out in the 60s or not, but either way it was still very early, and I just knew that this had to be vintage when I saw it. On top of that, watch what it does. So it moves really slowly, but as it turns, it plays A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes. So I'm gonna turn it off because I don't want to get copyrighted. But how gorgeous is this? And you guys, I asked them, the people that were working there, I was like, how much are you selling that for? And they just looked at it and they were like, $15. I was like, I'll take it. Take my money, take it. And I looked it up on Etsy. I can't find the actual date of how old this is. If you know, please feel free to leave a comment. I would love to know how old this is. But it's selling for a couple $100s on Etsy and stuff like that. So I think I found something very valuable, and I'm super lucky to have this in my collection. It's just gorgeous. It's truly stunning. And it has 3 of my favorite princesses on it, so how could I not love it? So next to my vintage collection, I have a couple of magazines, which you'll remember from a different video that I did a while back, where I went through my vintage dance magazines. So that's what these are. I have the Dancing Times. This one is from February 1977. And this one here is from August 1971, so a couple years older. And this was sent to me by She's Parisian when I partnered with them a while back over on Instagram. And I just absolutely love these. So if you guys don't know, I'm a dancer. I've been a dancer my whole life, and this just felt like it was combining my two loves, my love for vintage and my love for dance, and it was just absolutely perfect, and I adore having these in my collection. Once again from She's Parisian, I bought myself a gorgeous little dish. As you can tell, I shop there quite a lot. I love their stuff. I'll leave them linked down below as well if you want to take a look at their catalog and what they have. It changes all the time, obviously, but they just have the most beautiful things. This little thing here is a Wedgwood dish. I use this for like jewelry and stuff, and I actually use it for my bedroom in my cottage, but I brought it home because I knew I wanted to make this video, and it's just stunning. I love the blue color. I love the white details. It reminds me of like ancient Greece. That's the vibe that it gives. That's not what it's from, but that's the vibe that it gives, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And it's shaped like a little heart. So cute. I will stick with the theme of like little vintage dishes and stuff like that right now, because the next item that I have to share with you is also 2 vintage dishes. They're both exactly the same, but I'll show them to you. So they are so cute. They kind of look like really ornate seashells, especially if you look closely at them. They have like these little tiny lines. I'll bring it close so you guys can see. You can see the little tiny lines that it has, and they're just so pretty. I love the gold, and the really pale green color is just so pretty. Looks so good with pink, which is what we're doing in my room. You can see we're painting it, so it's gonna be that shade of pink back there. I will give you guys a full reveal when it's done, but it's gonna be so pretty. And I just love it. There's actually like a little tiny chip, but that just means that somebody had this before me and somebody loved this before me, and that is beautiful, I think. And yeah, these ones had a fun story too. I didn't really mean to buy these, purchase these little plates. I didn't purchase them. So what actually happened was I was just walking. I was just on a walk, and I stumbled across like a museum yard sale, which was really weird, but I did. I just stumbled across it, and I happened to stumble across the museum yard sale at the exact moment that it was pouring rain. Like, it was coming down ridiculously hard, and they were trying really hard to pack everything up and get it into boxes and bring it inside, because like obviously they weren't going to keep it going during that. So I stopped and gave a hand, and they were like, we're not going to be selling this. Like, it was just gonna, whatever wasn't going to be sold is just going to be thrown out or sent somewhere else. So take whatever you want. And like, I insisted on paying, but sorry, my video cut out there for a second, but like I was saying, I insisted on paying, but they literally wouldn't let me. So I ended up just taking those 2 little plates, and I also got one other thing while I was there. I got this cute little coffee tea mug. Now, I picked this up because it reminded me of Cinderella with the little like ribbon at the top, and then the floral details. I'll just hold that close so you can see. Super pretty. So yeah, stories like that are so fun, and it's just being in the right place at the right time. But yeah, so I loved that little experience and what came from it. Next in my collection is actually the very first vintage thing that I ever got, and that is these cute little earrings. They're clip-on earrings that I got from She's Parisian. Now, I wear these literally all the time. I adore them. They look so cute with so many outfits, and it's just the perfect vintage touch. I'll just hold them up close so you can see. They are gorgeous, gorgeous pearl earrings, and I can't get enough of them, and because they were my first vintage item, they're just very special. Okay, I'm looking around, and I believe this is the final vintage item that I have to show you guys today, and it's honestly one of my favorites. I remember wanting this so badly when I saw this on She's Parisian website, but I couldn't justify buying it for myself. So I waited, and it was actually a birthday present for my brother, which is gonna seem so silly when you see what it is, but it was the perfect gift for me, and he knew how badly I wanted it. So it is a spoon. It is a gold spoon, but let me just show you the details up close because it is stunning. So let me just focus it so you guys can see. There we go. So it's actually got like a gorgeous rose at the top. How pretty is that? It's like a little teaspoon, and it just reminds me of Beauty and the Beast. It looks like it came straight out of a fairy tale, and I just needed it in my collection. So yeah, it might seem silly and small, but I just adore it. But anyways, you guys, that is my entire vintage collection. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and as I add to it, I'll be sharing more with you, so make sure to subscribe if you're not already. And also make sure to check out Susie. I will leave my discount code in the description box down below, along with the link if you choose to shop. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys all in my next one. Bye!